So, if you are a male like me and you're trying to improve your appearance, you're trying to improve your physical aspects, working on yourself, this and that, you get assumptions like, oh man, what the fuck are you doing? Oh man, why are you working on your appearance, this and that? As a man, you should just work hard, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You'll get that a lot. And some people might also call you like gay, this and that, just because you're trying to work on your appearance. Like you're trying to protect your skin, you're trying to make your health look better, you're trying to make yourself look better, you're working on your fashion, this kind of stuff. People talk, people talk this and that, blah blah blah. And those people are most of the people, for example, like people who don't work on themselves, they don't work on their confidence, they don't work on their self-improvement, they don't work on their fashion, this kind of stuff at all. They don't even work on themselves. That's what they are. So if you're constantly struggling to with people like that, or like people are constantly making assumptions like you this and that, blah blah, understand? Those are the type of people you don't want to mess with, or you don't want to talk with. You just have to ignore them. Like if you're working on a fashion, what will most people say as a man? Like, oh my god, why are you dressing up so much? It's because your standards are way too high from them. For example, if you're going in a market or something like that, what will they usually wear? For example, like shorts. They will not even comb their hair. They will not even put on perfume, this kind of stuff. They will not work on their appearance. But when you're working on your appearance, you're putting on a nice fit, you're applying perfume, you're styling your hair, this kind of stuff. They will think like, oh man, no, 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 no. Ooh. They will kind of feel insecure, and then they will try to point that insecurity into yourself. That's why if you're working on your fashion, this kind of stuff, you have to be aware and be ready in order to like face some like, oh, why are you working on yourself? Are you a lady or this kind of stuff? Like in simple things like hygienic hygiene kind of stuff, for example, like cleaning your teeth 2 times a day, cleaning your tongue, like applying a face wash, this kind of stuff is usually considered like, oh, like, oh, less masculine, this kind of stuff. But the thing is, the more you work on your appearance, the more people will treat you better. Not the people who are like insecure about themselves, but the people who are like secure and are not fucked up in their mental health. So if you want to go ahead in your life, or if you want to get treated better, you have to work on your appearance yourself, the way you speak, your confidence, your mindset, this kind of stuff. And how to work on them. First of all, if you're working on your patient, understand color coordination, understand proportions, this kind of stuff, understand what fits you better. If you're working on your mindset, learn to like journal, learn to like talk with your thoughts, learn to sit with your thoughts, like try to meditate, this kind of stuff. If you're working on your physical health, learn about nutrition, body weight distribution, this kind of stuff, how to build muscles, how to train hard, how to get progressive overload. These type of things are simple, but people are way lazy, and that's why whenever someone is trying to like be better themselves, or like trying to do more in their passion, the way they look on their appearance, or like internally, externally, they will say something, yeah, this kind of stuff is scary, blah, 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 blah. They will make 100 of reasons of why they are not doing, and they will try to put on the insecurity into you. So if you're working on your appearance, working on your fashion, style, this and that, like working on your body, mindset, this kind of stuff, physical, internally, internally, whatever things you're working on, be ready to face those kind of things and just cut them off after a certain time. When you outgrow them, just cut them off. They're kind of useless.